Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's make another video today about those pesky cases where we don't know, is this a shift? Is this asymmetry that I'm seeing in this patient's face an actual shift, like they bite normal and then they just slide because there's a premature interference in their dentition to one side or the other or forward? Or is this an actual like one condyle that has grown longer than the other and the whole jaw is off? Or is the whole maxilla like literally like cattywampus like this, with causing the mandible to do that? Which also, makes weird things happen in the TMJs. But sometimes you don't know. I would say most of the time, if you see something like that in a little kid, it's probably a shift, unless they have like hemifacial microsomia, Pierrot-Band syndrome, something like that. They can have syndromes that can cause malformations, but the vast majority of kids you're going to see in your office, once you go through the medical history, as long as you don't see other types of signs of syndromes like clefting, anodontia, multiple impactions. If I start to see, if the inner campuses of the eyes are tilted down, if I start to see signs of possible syndromes, like the kid doesn't quite look right, or maybe they have some cognitive issues as well, I might be more likely to refer that patient out for maybe a more comprehensive evaluation for jaw surgery, just to see if that's needed. But otherwise, certainly if it's a phase 1 interceptive case, it's really easy. What worst comes to worst, we get started, we do a little expansion, some 2x4s, try to do our ortho-wise, get rid of the shift. If the shift doesn't go, okay, that tells you something. But in adults or in older teens, we don't want to take this case, especially if they're done growing, unless we are sure this is not an asymmetry in the actual jaw bones. So how do we go about doing this? Of course, you can try to see if you can get rid of the shift, just with bites and coist deprogrammers. And I've got a lot of content on that in my YouTube channel. If you guys want to know about deprogramming, coist deprogrammers, you can go into my channel, put in those keywords. Of course, I'm not a coist instructor at all, nor do I teach you guys how to do that. I just say I have a lot of doctors that are taking their courses and I recommend them just because their cases have turned out phenomenally, especially these really hard, tricky shift cases. They've got this stuff down with the coist deprogrammers. So, assuming again, there is no actual bony damage. But yeah, basically what they're doing is they're either using the coist deprogrammers, or they can even send these cases full FOV, big FOV, to something like a beam readers. There's plenty other radiologists that do the same thing. I just use them as a generic term because I'm familiar with them and they've allowed me to make a lot of content for them, mutual content, which has been great probably for them. Bravo beam readers. But sorry, no kickbacks or anything. Nothing special. I don't care who you use, but in any case, you ask them specifically about the condyles. Now, they can only see hard tissue in the CBCT. They can't see soft tissue, so they can't see the discs, they can't see the ligaments, but they can see if one condyle is resorbing, if one condyle is sclerotic, one condyle's head is bigger than the other. They can see stuff like that. If they see the condyles are symmetrical, then okay, you pretty much have your answer. So that is how I figure things out, so that I'm not taking a case I shouldn't take, or you guys don't take a case you guys shouldn't take. Worst comes to worst, you can always send to an ortho who does jaw surgery cases, or even better, if you send it to an orthodontic residency in a dental school, that's always my best choice. It's great for these residents to get experience, and it's usually the cheapest and best way for the kids to get treated, to be honest, unless these parents have just boku bucks. That is where I would send everybody, where I always have. But yeah, it's a little hassle, and often, cost-wise, quality-wise, it's like second to none. They're just good at it. And sometimes they can even get it fully covered with medical insurance. They don't have to pay a dime. So that's why I think everyone should just go and at least check it out, especially if they're saying, oh, it's too expensive. Well, how do you know it's too expensive? It might not cost anything at all. This might be the best thing for your life. It might prolong your life. It might prolong the quality of your life, how you could function. People who are asymmetric, to be honest, your job options are going to be worse. You're not going to get paid as well in life. That's just how it is. I hate to say it, but there is so much research and literature behind just teeth looking good and your financial options, and they control for everything else, money, everything else. It's just how your teeth look in the United States is how it is. So everyone wants to have a nice teeth, a nice bite, a nice smile. We should be giving everyone a nice one. All right, thanks.